She was born into music. Alma Rosé, the daughter of Vienna Philharmonic's concertmaster and niece to the legendary Gustav Mahler, was destined for greatness, a violin prodigy in her own right. She performed in glittering concert halls across Europe. Applause followed her everywhere. That is, until the applause was silenced by boots. In 1938, the Nazi shadow crept into Austria, and with it came a new reality for Jews like Alma. Her music couldn't save her heritage. Her name, once spoken with reverence, was now whispered with suspicion. She fled to the Netherlands, seeking refuge, but the Nazi grip tightened across Europe. In 1943, Alma was captured while trying to escape to Switzerland. She was thrown into the unthinkable Auschwitz-Birkenau, the most infamous death camp of them all. She arrived not as a musician, not as a star, but as a number, 50381. Her violin was gone, her future, a blur of smoke and ash. She had entered hell. But Auschwitz in all its horror had an orchestra. The SS, in their perverse pursuit of control, formed music ensembles in the camps. Women's Orchestra of Auschwitz. It sounds like a cruel joke, but it was real. The orchestra was forced to play as prisoners marched out to labor and returned. Sometimes half dead, they played for roll calls. They played for visiting officials. They played as the gas chambers filled with screams. It was psychological warfare disguised as music. At first, Alma was just another inmate. Then they discovered her name, her past, her fame, and suddenly, she was appointed conductor of the Women's Orchestra. The job was both a death sentence and a lifeline. Alma knew what it meant. As long as the orchestra pleased the SS, the girls had a chance to survive. If they faltered, they would be sent to die. She was no longer performing for art. She was conducting to keep herself and others alive. So she threw herself into the work with military precision. She drilled the women, mostly amateur musicians, terrified and starving, into a unified group. She fought for better food, more rest, warmer clothing for her orchestra members. She challenged SS guards to protect them. Somehow, impossibly, she created a bubble of survival in a place designed for death. But there was no illusion. Every day, Alma watched others march to their deaths, while the orchestra played a cheerful tune. Girls would be called out for solos and disappear. Musicians who failed to meet standards were beaten or worse. Alma carried this weight like a stone in her chest. She was stern, some said cold, but her coldness was armor. Inside, she was breaking note by note, scream by scream. One day, a girl named Haleen, no older than 16, whispered through tears, "Your music. It makes me forget where I am." Alma didn't reply. She just nodded and raised her baton. The orchestra played Schubert, then Strauss, then a tango the guards liked. Some wept while playing. Others played as if they were already ghosts. And through it all, Alma stood, baton in hand, a lone figure defying despair. But even defiance has its limits. In early 1944, Alma fell ill. Some say it was food poisoning. Others believe it was typhus or sheer exhaustion. Whatever it was, within days, she was burning with fever. The SS refused proper treatment. The orchestra begged for help, but Alma was left in the barracks, shivering, fading. She died on April 5, 1944. There was no ceremony, no funeral march, just silence. The girl who once filled concert halls and lifted souls with her violin was gone. Her body, like thousands before hers, vanished into smoke. After her death, survivors of the Women's Orchestra whispered her name like a prayer. She saved us, not by breaking rules, not with rebellion, but with structure, with music, with sheer will. In a place designed to strip identity, she demanded dignity. In a world of chaos, she created harmony. And in the belly of hell, she dared to raise a baton and conduct life.